Black raspberry. Now, this black raspberry, it burns well. It burns well, so I can at least appreciate that. Like, one of the things man, and you know how, like, it was a bad experience, right? The chocolate and the chocolate and I need to, you know what? I should take the stuff out of my other cigar pipe bag. Put it in here. It was a bad experience. However, I can now talk about it, and that can help me put things in perspective. That can help put things in perspective for me. Now, this is Georgia peach, not peach cobbler, but apparently it's supposed to be like the same thing. And puffing it, it's nice to see something that's like reminiscent. Like, yeah, this what I missed. This what it is. So we got the Georgia peach, and we got the black raspberry, and we'll save the pina colada. We got 2 1-in-1. 2 pina colada, 1 Georgia peach, 1 black raspberry. I'm trying them out, so I only want 1 ounce. But I had to get 2 of that. I got 99 problems, but a hoe and a drug addict bitch like yours ain't one. Keep your husband. I don't want your hoe. I don't need the problems. That's the line from Gucci. You gotta tell a bitch, don't leave your man for me. I don't want them problems. Stay with your boyfriend, stay with your husband. This shit is only for this shit. That nigga is for your emotional shit. I don't want none of your emotional shit. I don't need them problems. I really don't understand why dumbass, insecure bitches watch and comment and engage with shit that they don't like. How about you give us a production tour? How about you show us what the fuck you look like, how you dress, how you talk? But your excuse is whatever the fuck it is for why you're whack as fuck. Thought you was funny, bitch. Remember, rule number 2. I'm not sure which rule. I forget that rule numbers. But joke at your own risk. You might be a joker, but I'm a bigger joker, and this is not spades. Yeah, your dumb ass is studying the fuck out of me. See, what I love about certain shit is, and I think it's what hard for other people to understand, is that somebody already talked to me in such a way, and they already treated me in such a way. That's why I'm like, this is your last time talking to me. It's your first and your last time. If you continue to talk to me any day after this, that means you're stalking the fuck out of me. And this is why you gotta understand why you're a gay ass bitch and why you need to stop talking to me and watching to me. I'll be reading the fuck out of you dumbass bitches. So that's the Georgia Peach. What I love about this shit is I got 3 cigar flavors. I got 3 tobacco flavors. That right there, just because of that, remember, if you see this cigar pipe, you know what flavor it is. If you see this cigar pipe, you know what flavor it is. This is my pina colada cigar pipe. In 2024, I fell in love with peach cobbler. In 2025, I fell in love with pina colada. If you see this cigar pipe, the only thing I'm puffing in this cigar pipe is pina colada. I've stayed true to my word. I have yet to switch up. Now, I'll try some other shit, but not in this cigar pipe. Not in this cigar pipe. It is so beautiful to just grab bags. A bag of tobacco, a bag of tobacco. Hold on. It's a bag and it's a bag. And it's another bag. I just need bags. Just got different bags. I'm gonna touch this. And like, when I was even trying to smell it, the other ones, they don't smell as good as this pina colada. It's like they don't even smell as good. I'm sorry. They don't even smell as good as this pina colada. It's one thing to smell good, but then to puff well too. Oh, God. Listen, this is my pina colada tobacco. But if you ever hear me talk about a bitch and I call her pina colada, just know I might be getting married. If I say this is my pina colada bitch, I might be getting married. No, you really care about her. Call her pina colada. Yes, it's my pina colada bitch. No, why you call her that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's my pina colada cigar pipe. Now, if you hear me talk about a bitch and I say this my peach, it's either my Georgia peach or my peach cobbler. Or I might have 2. One might be Georgia peach and one might be peach cobbler. I think sometimes I do like to think like that. I think like, what would the people appreciate? A bitch with a pretty face and a fat ass and I call her Georgia peach? And then another bitch with a fat ass and a pretty face and I call her peach cobbler? I think people would appreciate that. But this also might be my dinosaur caveman cigar pipe. Because that's what it really reminds me of. It reminds me of like a dinosaur caveman or something. That's what this cigar pipe reminds me of. There's a whole lot of pina colada going on. So I did well. Now, you know, one of the things is, even when it comes like to procrastination, you know, some people are like, I procrastinate because I work well under pressure. Now, if they get the job done, that doesn't teach them to not procrastinate. And that doesn't teach them to not wait. That's what the fuck just happened to me today. Well, yesterday. And one of the things I sit here and be like, damn, man. Like, I know right now is a good shit. If I need to go out there, this is good time. From 8 to 12, that's money. But it's so hard for me to, I was supposed to get up here and have one bowl of black raspberry. But it's so hard for me to just do one bowl. Because this is what I would rather do. Appreciate that, Christina. Appreciate that, Christina with a K. Every kiss begins with K. Okay. And so that's a thing. It's hard for me to do other things when I would rather do what I'm doing. But yet you have to find balance. Too much fun is not a good thing, apparently. But I haven't seen the evidence for it. I have seen the evidence of too much work. All work and no play. I've seen what that looks like. I don't like it. I'm trying to make it so that it's 75-25. 75% play, 25% work. But in a perfect world, nobody wants to admit that they would rather have 100% play and 0% work. And it depends on the situation you're in. Some people pay for play. Let's talk about the strippers. Sometimes you got to pay to play. Because it costs to be the boss. So, are you going to pay the cost to be the boss? You got to listen to that old, not that new Rick Ross. You got to listen to the Rick Ross with the huh in his chest. Because that's the one that was best. You know who do it the best? Not DJ Khaled. And then you listen to Jhené Aiko and Jhené Aiko talking about eating a salad. I said, Jhené Aiko, I had a chicken salad. Just one this year. But she knows she into other things. I want to have a conversation with Jhené Aiko. I just want to talk about a couple things. I know, you know how some people tell a story and it makes it sound real good. Trying to fuck around and find out. Jhené Aiko look all right. She ain't really got no body. She got a pretty face. She got some long hair. You know how pretty a bitch gotta be to rock the low cut? It be some bitches like that. And that's ones you can't even. When a bitch walk up to you and her waves is better than yours, I said, hold on. Hold on. Boy, I'm like, I can't even talk to you too long. I'm thinking for my birthday, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of shitty outfits. Everything gonna be shitty. I'm like, you see these shoes? Shitty. You see these pants? You see this shirt? You see this? You see the hat? I'm talking pieces. I'm not even sure if the pieces gonna match. I'm not talking about a tennis match. I'm not talking about lighting a cigar pipe with a match. I'm just saying everything might not even match because I'm an artist. So I don't know if it really makes sense for an artist to really match because I don't fit in. I'm standing outside like I'm outstanding. And that's a line from Lil Wayne. I'm gonna say it again because I know it went over your head. I'm standing outside because I'm outstanding. My greatest fear is being average. So what it look like if my greatest fear is being average, why would I talk to anybody average? Because they have an average mentality, and it's hard to talk. It's hard to have an abundant mindset with somebody who doesn't understand abundance. I'm gonna go back to the black raspberry. But I love the shit that is flavored. And I love the shit that is all this fruit. Like I saw candy apple, but the shit looked dry. I'm talking about tobacco, but grandma's cookies always good. I ain't fucking with no dry ass bitch. I'm talking about if she got a dry personality, a dry sense of humor, if that bitch gotta be wet and moist in every sense of all the time. That Kanye West shirt, he said, we need some tank tops for the big titty bitches. That shit say wet. I'm trying to be up on a cigar pipe set, and I want the bitches to wear all tank tops that say wet. And I want everything this bitch say to be smoother than the cream cheese you spread across your bagel. I want people to look at the bitch and be like, yo, I just want to hear her voice. Have her talk real quick. Ask her a question. I'm like, what y'all want to hear her say? Because you know what they do say? Now do say, I'm not talking about the liquor, but if you do say, what you want to hear her say? I had a crazy idea and I had a crazy thought. I said, well, this is what I thought on my way to the cigar shop. Crazy idea, me being delusional, because I'd rather be delusional than be realistic, because it's fun over here. It's less stress over here. Such a vibe. That's a vibe. And that's the reason I said that shit too. Because Janae Aiko is in that song. It's a vibe. Got a vibe that'll make a... Want Versace. I can't even spell Versace. Spell Versace. F-O Sachi. It'd be shit like that. Friday. Was that after next or next Friday? Which Friday was that? Spell Versace. Versace. Now, that's a song from who? If I call you my friend, that's a song from who? Versace, it's a song by the Migos. Stop playing with me. I got my pina colada. Spark up cigar. Y'all want a cigar? Y'all want me to light up a cigar? Let me know. Do y'all want cigar talk right now? Okay, I got the cigar pipe. Do y'all want a cigar right now? Let me know. I got choices. What we doing? Are we doing cigar talk? Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Paulo Pulingue. Benvenuti nella jungla de graffiti. Do y'all want a cigar pipe? Do y'all want the cigar or the cigar pipe? You know, like, I don't like giving in the peer pressure, but I might give into that one. Puffin cigar. Another one? Yeah. All right. So we got some choices. So We got a Knuckle Buster Habano with a classical EMS. We got a signature, and we got a deluxe Maduro. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to be ballers, shot callers? What y'all want to do? We're gonna go with the Classico. Let's go with the Classico. It'd be shit like that. Should we open up the box or the Maduro? The classic. Oh, we got choices. I don't want to start a riot. Stop playing with a riot. I don't want to start a. What are you doing? The favorite? I don't have my favorite. You know, somebody ask you a question and then you get sad. I just got sad. I don't have my favorite cigar. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up right now. Cause I got other shit. I don't got my favorite. I don't got no pigs. I don't got no flying pig cigars. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up right now. Cool with whatever. Cool with whatever. It be shit like that. Bro. You know what they say? When you can't make a decision, what's your top 3? My top 3 favorite cigars? That's hard as hell. That's a hard-ass question. That's a hard-ass question, man. You can ask a person what's your top 3. That's a hard-ass question, bro. But it shouldn't be a hard-ass question if you know what you like. You gotta know what you like. You gotta know your order before you order. My top 3, I don't even like to say that. Okay, hold on. Cause I go by brands. And the 2 League of Flying Pigs, T52, the number 9. Look, all right. But that shit. See, that's like asking a model, what's your favorite picture of yourself? And she done took 1 million pictures. And she be like, you want me to choose one? She gonna have to give you the season. She like, well, this year, it might have been these 3. This top, I can't, like, even when it comes down to brands, I can't even whatchamacallit. I know the brands that I like to cycle between, and that's not even 3. And I don't even like to choose, like, the Leaf by Oscar tough as hell, and that's based off aesthetics and shit, because I like taking it out of the tobacco leaf. I like the fact that the cigar is wrapped in the tobacco leaf. I gotta take it out of that. Instead of being the cigar being wrapped in plastic, that's why I fuck with that. And one of them shits is smooth as hell. Then it's the first cigar that I fell in love with, the My Father, the Underground Flying Pig. Just smoked it last night. See, that's why I go based off your preference. You know what I'm saying? Your palate. Everybody got a different palate. But I'm an artist. I'm not talking about the colors on the palette and the palette wheel. But when it came down to those, the number 9 at T52 is my, the number 9, the T52, they got an M81 Maduro to the core. That shit was tough. The M81 Maduro to the core Flying Pig. It's new. It's new. I had it one time, but yeah, I gotta get that again. My Father, the Flor de Antillas. My Father, the Flor de Antillas. That's the one that's like, that's the first cigar I fell in love with. And so it's not one of the best cigars I had, but that's what made me like, oh no, I fuck with this shit heavy. The Flor de Antillas. And I don't question myself about it. I don't question myself about that. With the My Father, and that's just sentimental. That's sentimental. My Father, Flor de Antillas. That's the Burgundy band. That's the one that's on my steering wheel. And then you got the My Father, the Judge. This was the cigar of the year. The My Father, this shit not, whatchamacallit? I don't know why that shit blurry as hell. Okay. The My Father, that shit blurry as fuck. Damn. The My Father, every time I put my hand in that shit, the shit get blurry. So the Flor de Antillas is my, you know what I'm saying, the first cigar I fell in love with. And then that My Father, the Judge, was the cigar of the year. That was the cigar of the year. The Padron. And then, like Padron, that's some shit that I can't even, you can't knock it and you gotta respect it. So I've had 2 or 3 Padrones. I had the number 4 and I had the anniversary. Smooth as hell. Both of them tough as fuck. But them was the most expensive cigars I've ever bought. Like they $35 sticks, like for one cigar. Those are the most expensive cigars I ever bought. I'm like, damn. And then Fuente, you gotta respect Arturo Fuente. But Fuente cool, and then you got a Rocky Patel. That cigar porn. The Rocky Patel cigar porn, I fuck with that. My Father Floridian Tears, I fuck with that. Leaf by Oscar, the Criollo, I'm gonna go with that. The Liga Privada, the T52 and the number 9, those my shits. Then the Padron, and then it's that anniversary and that number 4. And then, is there anything else? The Judge, the Padron, yeah, the Padron is expensive as fuck. The most expensive cigar I seen was $200. It's a collaboration between Arturo Fuente and Padron. That's the most expensive cigar I've ever seen. It's a $200 cigar for one cigar. I don't know how many come in that box. I've seen that box a couple times. Whatever that times 200. If it's 10, it might be 10 and 10. I think bare minimum might be 10 and 10. So 10 times 200. And then another 10 times 200. Crazy. That is crazy. That's a box. And it's people like, well, people like, some people like, I wouldn't even want to this and the third. But just to say you lived your life, right? And you like, yeah, I bought, what's 10 times 200? It's 2,000. I bought a $4,000 box of cigars. How many was in there? 20. What? Imagine saying that. I spent $4,000 on a box of cigars. How many was in there? 20. You know how many cigars I could have got for $4,000? I could have got a new car. I could have got 2 used cars. I could have bought some. That's a down payment on some property. So who the fuck? Hey, bro. And so that's why it's certain shit to meet somebody who's done that. You be like, that, like, they would, like, it's a flex. Weird flex, but okay. And then you be like, damn, but then that shit will change your life. That shit will change your life. When you know somebody, see somebody be like, yeah, I spent $4,000 on a box of cigars. When you see somebody say that, you're like, what the fuck? You gonna say that shit over and over. Every other week, you be like, bro, I met somebody who spent, like, bro, you just tell some random ass person. It almost has like, it's not tart. And because I don't want to say sweet. That is another thing, like, you know, when you go ahead and you go to try something, buy something, and you tasting it, right? And it actually is reminiscent of what it's supposed to taste like. Like when I had the chocolate, the only thing I kept saying was like, it could be better. Like it could either taste more like chocolate, smell like chocolate. And you know, there's certain flavors that are hard to, you know, really come across and like master. That's why I feel like if you're gonna try a drink and you ain't never had a drink before, an easy flavor. Well, I had some people, they was like mango. But I think fruit punch is a hard flavor to mess up. So this shit, and then like one of my personal kind of goals, it's not even like a personal kind of goal. Like the other day, I was so proud of myself when I looked at the bag and I'm like, that's not 2 ounces of tobacco. It was like, what? Put that shit on the scale and it wasn't. I was proud as hell. I'm like, nah, bro, I know what 2 ounces look like, feel like. Bro, that shit was tough. So like, to be able to puff some shit though. Now, that's one of the things that they talk about, the power of suggestion. They're like, oh, this cigar is supposed to have these type of notes to it. Spicy, peppery, oak, or, you know what I'm saying, this and the third. But just because it says that, you all of a sudden like, oh, okay, this is one. But if they don't tell you that and you just puff it, and then you be like, well, I was actually, if you didn't tell me that, this is what it tastes like to me. And so now with these though, they kind of cool. Like, I know I want to be able to get to a point. I want somebody to be like, I might try this out one day too. I'm gonna see if somebody can put the tobacco in the cigar pipes for me, and then I puff it, and then be like, okay, nah, this is this. Like, that shit gonna be tough as fuck. I don't need the scale for the work. I can eyeball it. You know how people be cooking and seasoning? They be like, I don't need no scale for this shit. Eyeball it. It ain't seasoned if I ain't sneezing, whatever they be saying. But it is shit like that. I don't need no scale for the work. I can eyeball it. I fuck with that. That's facts. That's facts. This is the podcast. This is Cigar Talk Podcast. Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Paulo Pulingue. Benvenuti nella giungla di graffiti. This is Tangential Thoughts Chat Show, Pensieri Tangentiali, a podcast sweet cigari, Cigar Talk Podcast. Sono il tuo capo, Gihareh. I'm your chief, Gihareh. So right now, I know I'm puffing that black raspberry. But you know the thing about berries, they do have, I just came from the cigar lounge. That's where I got the tobacco from. That's where I got the tobacco from. Just came from a cigar lounge. That's where I got this cigar pipe from. And next week, I'm going to the cigar lounge to get me a fedora. But I'm not going to this one. I'm going to go to a different one. Well, I want to be able to live stream that for y'all, but you know, they got music playing. You're going to hit with copyright, so it's going to be a little quiet. I'm going to have to just take the sound off. But if you can see what's present. And so I do need to see their cigar selection. Now, the one thing that I have to, like with a cigar shop, right? That cigar shop right there, ain't no music playing. Ain't no music playing. It's a pool table. It's all these comfortable leather couches and chairs and seats. Nothing's small. Everything's like spacious, big. They got Zippo lighters. They have all the accessories, and they have actual tobacco, cigar pipe tobacco. They sell cigar pipes. And I walked in, dude said, if there's a cigar that you're hunting for, I have it. And usually, being in the space, I'm able to usually like walk into a cigar shop and say, do you have this? The most likely the answer is no. I can't say that here. But next week, I went to the cigar shop, but I went strictly just to talk to the dude about the hats. But this time I'm gonna look at the cigar selection. I'm gonna go into their humidor, and I'm gonna ask for a couple things. Not that I'm looking to buy those things, but I'm just asking to see if it's here and if it's present. And then you look at the price. Because I know I can go to 3 different cigar shops and get 3 different prices for the same cigar. And I'm not sure, that's not, some people, like, that's fucked up. It has a market sale retail price. But some places, because they have women as waitresses who look good. All the aesthetics is there, the music. You can look up at the ceiling, and the ceiling is changing colors, and it got all these different backdrops depending on where you sit. They're gonna charge you more for the cigar just because they providing a whole nother experience while you puff your cigar. Along with 200 TVs. Another cigar shop might have cheaper cigars. The cigars might be priced what they should be priced. They might have some TVs. Might not be no music, might not be no waitresses. But the cigars, and it might have some tobacco. Shit might be priced right. Some cigar shops is right in between. It's gonna be a decent selection. Some might be priced a little higher, some might be priced a little lower. They might have a decent selection. They might have a couple rare finds. The waitress might not be bad as hell. The waitresses might be okay. Some shit is just decent. So I'm gonna see what this next one look like. I know the music was decent. The vibe, the aesthetic is almost there, but it's like a hole in the wall almost. Like you driving down the street and that shit right there. And it ain't even too much. Like, one of the things that annoy me is parking. I can't stand going anywhere. And I have to, bruh, the whole pay for parking and then paying a cover fee to get into a place blows the fuck out of me. I don't give a fuck if it's valet. I'll park the car myself, bitch, and walk. And that's what the fuck I did last time. I was like, what? I went over there. I said, I'm park my car over here and I'm gonna walk back over here. But sometimes, depending on how things go, you gotta talk to people. Remember, you gotta talk to the security the same way you talk to the owner. Same way you talk to the strippers. You gotta talk to everybody the same. Talk to everybody regular. He said, no, don't, ain't nothing about me regular. Ain't shit I do regular. Now, another little dope shit is, next time I go to the whatchamacallit, and get this next cigar vixen video, see if I can give her the hat. But also what I'll be wearing too. That's what I'm gonna do for the video for tomorrow. Cause all the shit's done. I drew on this one after I made the video for today. So tomorrow I'm gonna put the outfits back on and say, well, which one should I wear in the next Cigar Vixen video? Are any of these outfits worthy enough for the photo shoot? Is it worthy enough of me taking a picture and printing a picture? Because the fact that I just got this shit right here, I'm not sure how long it'll last me. Today's Friday. So we good for Saturday, Sunday. We gonna be good. Cause what I'm thinking, if I ain't gotta get the cigars and tobacco, I already got it. Then I don't gotta worry about accounting for that in the budget. I'm really trying to figure out how I can get both of those hats and not have to choose between the two. This black raspberry doing all right. I ain't gonna say it's better than the buttery vanilla. And I keep forgetting to make the final point. The final point was berries, like a raspberry, is not necessarily that. It has a tartness, but it's also like a sweet tartness. And I feel like there's a hint of that in this. And you gotta know your fruit to really be on that. Like if you ever ate a black raspberry, you know that like sometimes if you eating berries, some of them might be a little sour, tart. And some of them might can be a little bit sweeter. Some of them can be very sweet. But for the most part, on average, it's a sweet tartness. It's just a hint of slightly kind of sour. And not the sour that's on the candy. It's the fruit. I fucked up puffing this shit. Because now I don't want to move. I had some Chick-fil-A today too. And all I got was the fries. I'm unimpressed. I do not like Chick-fil-A, bruh. I don't understand what the hype was about. At all. If you want to talk about fast service, Cookout has that. If you want to talk about fries, I'd rather have Checkers and Rally's fries. I don't know what the fuck Chick-fil-A does well. I don't know what. Because I'm one of the people, good food does not need any extra sauce and condiments. Try eating your Chick-fil-A without any sauce. Any condiments, anything. Like when I go to Cookout, I get the barbecue sauce, but that adds to it. I could eat that chicken quesadilla without it. Here's one. I got one. Here's two. And then the corn cob. So there's a couple different things. No, but it is and then it ain't. Like, so what I was about to say was, instead of getting the other hat, right, I could just be like, you know what, do a road trip. And the reason, there's a, like, yes, there's pleasure. It's a pleasure type of thing, but also at the same time, it's business as well. How well does this translate? See, that's the one thing about drug dealers. They always want to expand. They don't never just stay put. I ain't no drug dealer. I'm just making an analogy. Bro, I felt like I want another bag just to be like, I have 4 flavors. Just to be able to, I want to add the buttery vanilla to the mix. They still open too. Let me move. Doing too much. I wasn't even supposed to do this. I just made my way over here. It was like, how you accidentally end up 100 miles away from where you were supposed to be? I got lost. I just went out in this back road. I just ended up here. Matter of fact, let me journal. Because one thing about, you gotta fuck with it. You know what? I don't know if it's because it's Friday or what, but they was tipping today. They was tipping. I think one shorty tipped because, bro, apartments is different, bro. Them shits be pissing me off. But she put these long ass instructions. I found it. What we do today? We went to the park. We made the edits. And then I think, yeah, it was late. I started the day late. Like, it was late in the day. Like, there was no morning. In the morning, I was just finishing. I don't want to be like that tonight. That's why I need to just go ahead and, whatchamacallit. So, we did that. And then, how many times? I think, I'm trying to see if I switched once or twice. I just know I did. Then, we tried, what did we just try? Black raspberry. Black raspberry. We got the Georgia peach and pina colada. We got a 2-1-1. One. You know what's weird? Like when I journal, even if I don't like the way I wrote something, I'll scratch that bitch out and write it over again. We got 1 ounce. I just forgot to put the OZ, but I had already put the parentheses. The Georgia peach, we got 1 ounce. And for the pina colada, we got 2 ounces. I do want to make my way back over, and I just want to be able to get before I finish these other 2, I want to just add the buttery vanilla in there and really have 4 flavors. Now we know what to do to make it a perfect day. Bro, when you got fucking goals and shit, Should I get a different whatchamacallit? Do y'all fuck with the cherries? Should we get something else? I don't know what else there is to possibly you can try to get, but fuck with some shit. Fuck with some shit. It's gonna make this a motherfucking productive day. Cause you gotta do some shit to be happy and be proud. And I know some people don't really think about stuff like that, but I do. At least make myself proud for the day. Say it, to say as much as you possibly can do or say. And make yourself proud. They got a motorcycle apparel and accessories. You know, the funny shit is, I could save up for a motherfucking mini bike. Put that shit in storage. That shit would be funny as fuck. I get a mini bike, bro. I make that shit look. I make the visuals look like a motherfucking Harley Davidson. I